Hey, Jason Palliser here with the No Flipping Excuses channel. And in this video, we're going to talk about how to negotiate a lease option deal with a property owner. Okay, now before I do that, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We got more good stuff coming. And as we go through it, if you have any questions, just drop us a comment, or if you like the video, drop a comment and also hit a like on there, okay? And the more you interact with us, the more we're going to deliver content that you're looking for. We're here to help you grow your real estate business. Now, let's dive into this. So, how do we negotiate and have the conversation, broach the subject with a property owner to try and get a lease option as a final structured deal for a property versus just straight up buying it? Okay. It's a very different conversation that you would have with the homeowner. So, how do we do that? How do you broach the subject? What do we need to do to have the broach the subject with them and then start to structure a deal? So what we want to do is have a conversation with the homeowner and say, hey, look, here's how we usually establish transitioning from just talking about buying their house. So here's the transition that we like to do. We go from going back and forth, negotiating on the property, and we say, hey, look, I know you're at 100,000, and I'm just using an easy number, folks. Insert your area, the numbers for your area. Hey, I know you're at 100,000, and we do a lot of these. We're closer to 80, 85. I can talk to my partner. I always blame it on my partner. Okay. My poor partner. I've done it thousands of times. I'll talk to my partner. So here's what we do. We just say, hey, look, you're at 100, we're at 80. I can talk to my partner. We may be absolutely able to do your 100 if you were open to doing a small down payment and give us time to buy it. I don't say lease option right out of the gate. Okay. Because I want them to go, what do you mean? Explain that to me. So what we can do, if you're open to it, my partner may agree to give you $3,000 down, non-refundable. Okay, so it's non-refundable. It's yours. Keep it. If you give us 24 months or 36 months to buy it, we may agree to go ahead and pay the $100,000 that you're looking for. And we'll start making payments every single month to you. We can start making payments. I'll talk to my partner, but maybe $700 a month. Okay, so sometimes, and the reason we're talking about this, how we broach a subject and start to negotiate. Okay, so we're talking about negotiating a lease option with the homeowner. Sometimes the property owner is hell bent on their number, and a lease option is a way to get it under contract as a promise to purchase it at a future time that helps you strike a deal on the spot. Why is that so important? When you hear, like, doing this for 20 something plus years, teaching investors all across America, I'm like, why would you ever just go back and forth on a price, disagree on price, and be like, well, I'm going to be more diligent than the other investor in town, and I'm just going to follow up better than everybody else. You don't think other investors do that? Are you kidding me? Okay, so that means that you negotiated. You had a difference in price, and of course you're going to follow up. I commend you for following up, but I don't want to leave that house without a deal. So a lease option is the way to do it. So the lease option is the way to bridge the gap on price and never leave the house without structuring a win-win deal with the homeowner. So what we do is we take, okay, now I want to dig into this. So what we do is we take that difference in price and say, hey, I'll talk to my partner. If you're open to giving us time to buy it, we'll give you a down payment, yours, non-refundable, keep it. If we don't, as soon as we hand it to you, it's yours. Deposit it, take a vacation, and then we will start making monthly payments to you. I'll talk to my partner, maybe $700 a month, and give me 36 months to buy it. I'll talk to him, but I think we can agree to do the 100. Is that something that you would be open to? And so it's a different way to talk to a homeowner to potentially get a deal under contract. I always tell everybody, if there's a way to not leave the conversation, if you're doing it over the phone or if you're in person, I always talk I've spoken, taught on negotiations and deal structure nationally for years. I always talk in terms of being there with the homeowner, but you can do it virtually over the phone as well. But having said that, I always tell people, I'm like, You need to find a way to never hang up the phone without striking a deal in some fashion. You need to never leave the house without, just because there's a difference in price, without getting a deal structured in some fashion. So negotiating and structuring a lease option, a lease with an option to buy with the homeowner, is absolutely a awesome way to create a win-win situation. Okay, create a win-win situation and never leave the house. Do you get that? Hopefully you're liking this. Hey, if you like this, comment, hit a like, and don't forget to subscribe because we got more good stuff coming. But think about this. You're giving yourself yet another way besides a regular, just straight up, here's what I want to pay, here's what you want to pay, and trying to just do a regular transaction. You give yourself every single time a way to strike a deal with a homeowner when you deploy a lease option strategy. I always tell people, it's your job. Okay, think about this. Start to develop the way you operate in the marketplace. It is your duty and your job to at least offer that to a homeowner. Now, why would that be important to you? Because now you can take over a property without having a full-fledged buy the house, right? You understand that, right? Again, I'll put my banker hat on for a second. Banking for 20, national speaker on guidelines. It's how I started my speaking career with the big companies. But putting my banker hat on for a minute, if I don't have to buy the property and now I can control it with a lease option, that immediately saves me thousands of dollars. So here's where I start to plant new seeds to build a better investor brain inside your head here. Listen to me. Your ability to do a lease option deal with my banker hat on, you just save thousands of dollars. So here's the seed that's planted right now. Jason, in your example, you're at 85 and they're at 100. You'd really pay 100? Well, yeah. If I don't have to straight up buy the property and just take it over with a lease, structuring a lease option deal, that already saves me $3,000 or $4,000 in banking, closing costs, appraisals, underwriting fees, this, that, and the other thing. So I'm already bridging the gap, coming closer to where I was going to be anyways. So that's a benefit to me. I have in my example here. Okay. So listen to me. In my example, I broached a subject, said, hey, give me 3 years to buy it. I'll give you a down payment. I'll start making payments to you. Now I didn't have to come up with thousands of dollars in down payments. I didn't have to pay thousands of dollars in fees. I'm winning. So this is how you broach the subject with the homeowner. Now, what would be some benefits for them? One, they get a higher price for the property like they wanted. Sometimes, as long as you can structure a deal and find a way to meet the price that for some reason they're stuck on in their head, now you got a deal. Okay, so you can pay more for the property when you structure a lease option deal with the homeowner. Two, you may be agreeing to make payments to them, and that payment pales in comparison to what you could rent the property for immediately. So not only did you not have to buy the property, okay, so hear me out here. Not only did you not have to buy the property, but if you agreed in my example to make $700 a month payments to them and it solves their problem, whatever the problem was, and you can rent the property out for $1,300 a month, you're cash flowing $600 a month on a property you didn't even have to buy yet. That's what I call a world-class victory. Okay. The other thing that would be a benefit to you is that you've bought yourself 3 years worth of time to buy it. So you have 3 full years to rock and roll, close a lot of other real estate transactions, do your thing, and you control a property in the marketplace. And you didn't have to go get a regular old loan with paycheck stubs, tax returns, W-2s, lease agreements, bank statements, blah, blah, blah. All the red tape has now been wiped away. Okay. So I really need you to zero in on this is a way to not leave the house and actually get a deal. And by the way, if you do it this way and you start striking more of these deals, you know what it also doesn't do? And again, most people, until somebody teaches them, don't even think about it. They're not clogging up my follow-up engine. Do I need to repeat that? Do I need to say it differently? They're not clogging up my follow-up engine. Well, we disagreed on price, but I'm going to be the better investor in town, and I'm going to go ahead and just follow up better than everybody else and hope that I get a deal. You have to walk in and negotiate with the homeowner, give them other ways to strike a deal with you. It's an easy way to lock up a deal and control the property. And here's the other benefit as well. What if 3 years from now it's worth an extra 40 or 50 grand and you have the option to buy it? You win. The fun part of this is that you could control the property and cash flow it. And at the end of 3 years, maybe the value is the same and you're like, yeah, I can find better deals. You don't have to execute on the option. You get that, right? You don't have to execute on the option to buy it. It's a lease with an option to buy it. You're in control. So you don't have to buy it at the end. You could structure the deal and sell it to somebody else for a premium. You could structure the deal with the homeowner and say, when I said $3,000 down to $700 a month, you might give me 30 days to come up with a $3,000. You guys execute the contract with the homeowner. Now I have 30 days to market it out there for $6,000 down and $950 a month for an end buyer. They give me $6,000 down. I give the homeowner $3,000. I pocket $3,000 and I'm getting $950 a month or whatever it is. And I agree to pay $700. Now I'm profiting $250 a month off an end buyer. And I put $3,000 in my pocket. That's how we sandwich a lease option. So when we structure that deal with the homeowner, I like to do it nice and easy, which is I do a purchase agreement with a closing date 3 years from now. And then I just sign a lease agreement. I sign a lease agreement for 3 years. It's $700 a month. And then I'm done. I've literally structured a deal with the homeowner. They got their number. Because remember what I said. Sometimes the homeowner is just stuck on a number. This is a way to bridge the gap. Because the number one rule, okay? The number one rule is 99.9% of the time when you talk to a property owner, they're going to want more money than what you want to pay. Okay? They're going to want more money than what you want to pay. Are you hearing me on this? Do you get that? This is, if you know going into battle, come on, get to the point to where you want more than what I want to pay so I can offer you other options. And again, you'll see on our channel, that's why you should comment, like, and absolutely subscribe. We have other videos that you can listen to where we talk about strict negotiations where the number one rule is they want more than what you want to pay every single time. There's other ways to offer things of value to the homeowner and strike a deal instead of leaving the conversation and throwing them a follow-up or leaving the house without a contract. Folks, if you start to add incrementally just these extra little wrinkles to your conversation, what we call a seller waltz. It's a 4-minute seller dance, a seller waltz. You're going to get more deals. You're going to move on to the next one faster. It's not going to clog up your follow-up engine. You get to have a more sophisticated conversation with the homeowner that gives them more options that they never thought of before. This is the way to win deals. This is the way to gain the confidence of homeowners by just simply not being a regular old investor in the marketplace that just lowballs them and crabs about the roof and the foundation and just, I'm going to follow up if it's okay because I'm still very interested. That's a beginner's game, folks. Let's do this at a higher level. We want you to play at a level that helps you get to hit all your benchmarks that you set for yourself in a calendar year and get to retirement finish line faster. So stay tuned. We got more good stuff coming. It's time to take over your marketplace and do this like a pro. Hey, Jason Palliser here from the No Flipping Excuses channel. So just for being on our channel, here's what we're going to do. Go to www.theflippingbook.com where we're going to break down for you and give you for $7. If you go to Amazon, it's $24.95. You're going to save $17 and get an instant download of our wholesaling book where we break down how to get leads and deals under contract that other investors don't even know about and get smoking hot deals on the back end, and then how we run circles around our competition and how you can close your first deal or start stacking on top of that. So you just need to go to theflippingbook.com and we put it together for you, and it's our gift to you for $7, not $24.95, just for being on our channel. So check it out.